There are certain notes within perfumery that when combined and blended to perfection will give you an effect of sophistication, elegance, and classy. Today I'm highlighting 10 of the top fragrances on my collection right now that will give you just that edge. If you want something that's going to really make you stand out in the crowd, make you feel elegant, sophisticated, and classy, stick around. These fragrances coming up are no joke. All right guys, so when I'm looking for fragrances to make me stand out, to give me an edge, to make me feel elegant and classy, three notes are definitely the notes that I look for. Boozy notes, leather notes, and of course, tobacco-based scents. Now, the three things that these 10 fragrances all have in common, they're going to be very distinguished, they're going to be very unique, and they're going to be very refined. So without any further ado, let's hop into the choices. At the 10th spot, we have a fragrance here that is essentially a fougere-based scent, but it's a lot more than that. It's going to be a spicy lavender with a gorgeous patchouli note at the base. We're talking Vetiver pour Homme, which is a great assertive fragrance from Naughton Wilson. I do have a full review on this fragrance. If you guys want to check it out, I'll pop it up here so you guys can check out full in-depth details about this fragrance. But all in all, this is an outstanding lavender barbershop, yes, but there's so much more here. There's coriander, there's a nice, beautiful fruity up top, which I think it's grapefruit. There's coriander, tons of spices, and a gorgeous patchouli at the base. It's amazing. There's also vanilla in here, which gives this a nice modern feel to the fragrance. It's not aged, it's not that much mature. You'd think a fougere with those kind of heavy notes would be too mature, but guess what? I know a lot of young people wearing this fragrance, they smell like $1,000,000. If you want classy, if you want sophisticated, if you want elegance, Vetiver pour Homme will give you that edge. At the 9th spot, I do love my Vetivers, so I wanted a Vetiver that's very classy and smooth. I had to go with this one, guys. This is a Vetiver that I always kept in the hush. I don't talk much about this one, but I thought it's time, okay, let me share this with you guys. This is one of my secret kept weapons when it comes to great Vetiver scents. This is going to be called Vetiver Ambrato from Bois 1920 Italian house. So as the name implies, an ambery kind of a Vetiver scent. Vetiver Ambrato, translating from Italian to English, is exactly that, ambery Vetiver scent, which is very creamy. You have a nice sandalwood facet here. There's almost a booziness up top because you have this sort of artemisia, which gives this off a nice absinthe kind of a note, almost like a drink. You got some fruitiness in here. And the Vetiver is embellished by this great spicy notes and of course, the beautiful sandalwood at the base, which adds this nice creaminess and very elegant touch to the fragrance. What I particularly love about Vetiver Ambrato from Bois 1920 is at the base, you have a combination of vanilla, labdanum, and resins, including tobacco, which makes this really stand out from any other Vetivers I've ever tried, guys. This is a must try if you love Vetivers. Don't snooze on this one. Bois 1920, Vetiver Ambrato. At the 8th spot, we have an absolute stunner fragrance. Again, it's gonna be around the lavender note. It's gonna be almost like a barbershop. It is a barbershop, it is a fougere, but it added a lot of modern notes. We're talking rose, we're talking amber, we're talking oud. I mean, it's just done to perfection, guys. And it's going to be Zaharoff Signature Homme. I've worn a lot of this fragrance. In fact, I've reviewed this fragrance for you guys about 3 years ago. I'll pop it up here. I love this stuff. If you guys follow this channel for any length of time, you know how much I love my fougeres, and this is definitely in the top 5 favorite fougeres in my collection right now. I wear this a lot. This is exactly an outstanding, gorgeous lavender scent. It's a little bit sweet, it's a little bit resinous. It's got a lot of modern components here, like the vanilla, the rose, the oud, but it is done in a way that it's not going to be too abrupt. It's going to be rather smooth, rather soothing to wear this, but it's also going to give you that edge, that really assertiveness about yourself. An absolute outstanding modern fougere, or neo-fougere, if you will. Something, if you want to smell amazingly elegant and sophisticated, definitely give this one a shot, guys. Zaharoff Signature Homme. At the 7th spot, a newcomer to my collection. I've had this fragrance for about a month now, and holy tobacco. If you guys love tobacco like myself, this is a fragrance that blew my socks off, and when the weather starts to turn and get colder, we're talking fall, winter, you're gonna definitely see this appearing on my top lists for sure. And this is from the house of Royal Crown, and the fragrance we're talking about is Tabac Royale. Now, this is tobacco to the max, no pun intended. This is absolutely fantastic. It's like tobacco, you know, ×2. It's, oh my God, it's so good. It's got this animalistic honey kind of a facet to it. It's kind of like old school, which I love, like a vintage elegance type of a feel, but it's got this gorgeous tobacco note that's in your face, almost like you're smoking this gorgeous cherry pipe tobacco. If you like Naxos from Zaharoff, if you like those really predominant sweet tobacco types fragrances, but also packs up a green fougere slash spicy kind of a punch with there's chili peppers in here, this is an outstanding tobacco fragrance. Let me tell you guys, I always tell you when I find something that's really mind-blowing, I let you guys know. Tabac Royale, if you haven't tried, do yourself a favor. To me, right now, it's one of the best tobacco fragrances in the market, guys. It is absolutely incredible. Habanos from this brand, which is like a darker, more like a Maduro cigar. It's a lot darker, a lot more animalistic. This one here brightened things up. It's a lot fruitier and definitely more wearable. Elegant sophistication, of course. It's what this fragrance is all about. Next up, we're gonna talk about a very underrated house. This is a house that I've talked about for many years in the past, 2014, 2015 here in the channel. Over the past years, I haven't really talked about much, but I revisit this house and I fell in love all over again with some of their, offerings, including this one that I'm sharing with you today. And I'm glad I have revisited because I realized I needed another bottle because this bottle is almost over. This is Chambre Noire. This is how much I love this juice. So I went ahead and picked up a new bottle because I couldn't be without it. And when I tell you what this fragrance smells like, it's gonna blow your socks off, guys. You know how much I love M7 from Yves Saint Laurent? Exactly. This fragrance here, Chambre Noire from Olfactive Studio, is going to be a creamier, fruitier, more modern take on M7, if you will. A lot of different components in here, which makes this very modern and awesome to wear today, but also kept a lot of the components that I particularly love on M7 from Yves Saint Laurent, which is now discontinued and obviously fetching a pretty penny. So Chambre Noire is going to be this smoky, patchouli, very in your face, dark kind of a fragrance, mysterious, but also very elegant and extremely classy, guys. Some of the most predominant notes here are going to be plum, incense, patchouli, vanilla, and papyrus. This stuff here, guys, fire, incredible, hence the fact I have two bottles. Don't snooze on this brand, Olfactive Studio, quality stuff, and amazing elegance and sophistication, and of course, classy stuff too. All right, guys, so before I get into my fifth choice here in the top 5 countdown, I wanna let you guys know, of course, you know it, if you wanna try fragrances before you buy them, you can. Check out perfume.com. There's a sale going on right now for summer, which is just the word summer. At checkout, put 5 decants of any size in your cart. It'll be get 4 and 1 is going to be free. It's buy 4, it's BOGO, buy 4, get 1 free with code SUMMER. And of course, my code MAX15 gives you guys 50% off at checkout as well. So all details below to make your lives easier. Now, at the fifth spot, we have a fragrance here that I absolutely fell head over heels. It's a fragrance from a house, Scent of Woods, and of course, it's plum and cognac. It's got plum, it's got cognac, it's got some of my favorite notes, cedar, cinnamon. I mean, it's got all of my great favorite woods and spices and fruits in here. Just makes this absolutely a stunner, guys. If you want a fragrance to stand out and you just need to have one, then I'd say definitely go with this one. It's a little bit smoky, it's a little bit sweet. It hits you from all different angles, but it's blended to perfection. And of course, the highlight here is going to be the gorgeous, creamy plum and fruity, along with a gorgeous boozy cognac. Insane, this stuff. If you guys haven't heard of this brand, check this brand out. They do a tremendous job with different woods, oak, they focus on woods and spices and combining them with, boozy facets and stuff like that. So it's a great niche house, up and coming. This stuff here, I think, is from 2020. They are really disrupting the niche market with some of their creations, including this one, guys, at the fifth spot. At the fourth spot, it is safe to say this is my favorite spicy amber fragrance in the market, guys. This is like an incredible elixir of the gods. You smell this, you want to drink it. So not only are you going to smell elegant and classy, but you're also going to smell very sensual. The fragrance I'm talking about is from Masque Milano, Italian house, and this is Tango. And of course, the creator of the nose here is the incredible perfumer. She's also very good looking too, Cécile Zarokian. So this is going to be like a gorgeous, sensual dance. It's the dance between the amber, the spices, a gorgeous, creamy sandalwood and cedar, woodsy dry down along with patchouli. It's like that trifecta. It's almost boozy, almost like a intoxicating liqueur is what I would, or like a potion number 9. This is one of those fragrances. I love to wear this in the fall and the winter time. I love to wear this when the weather's a little brisk outside, or if I'm going to a romantic setting or an occasion where I want to smell really captivating, but also a little bit mysterious. Tango is the way to go, guys. Classy and elegance. Fire right here, guys. Tango from Masque Milano at the fourth spot. Top 3, guys. Are you ready for this? Speaking of mysterious, the name says it all, guys. This is going to be from Amouroud, Oud After Dark. So this particular fragrance, guys, again, this is my top 3 favorite Amouroud fragrances, along with Tabac Oud and of course Whetstone. So Oud After Dark is going to be this fruity tobacco fragrance with leather, osmanthus, spices. It is just absolutely incredible, long lasting, very resinous, very opulent. Again, amazing stuff, guys. And I'm telling you right now, if your taste is similar to mine, you're looking for something to stand out and you can only get one, From this house, either check out Oud After Dark, Whetstone if you want something a little bit lighter and brighter for the summertime and springtime. But if you want something dark and opulent and resinous, it's either Oud After Dark or Tabac Oud. This stuff here, Oud After Dark, absolutely incredible. One of my favorites. For sophisticated, classy, and elegant, to really walk and command attention from a room, this is definitely gonna give you that edge, guys. Oud After Dark at the 3rd spot. Ladies and gentlemen, at the 2nd spot, this is one of my favorite discoveries of 2021 so far. I've spoke a little bit about this fragrance, and I'll pop it up here so you guys can check it out. The first time I talked about this fragrance. The reason why I love this fragrance is right off the bat, it's gonna give me resemblances with 2 fragrances that I love. One being Towers, L'Art du Désert Marocain, and the other one being from Dior's La Collection Privée, Mitza. So it's a leather, spicy, and woody kind of a fragrance that is just out of this world good. And I'm talking about from the house of Ignacio Figueras, or Nacho Figueras, used to be the model for Polo, Ralph Lauren for many years. And this particular fragrance is called Jaipur. Not to be confused with Jaipur from Boucheron. This is incredible, guys. It's just fire. This fragrance opens up with this absolutely stunning boozy leather effect. It's dark, it's resinous, it's mysterious. Tons of spices here. Pepper, cardamom, just like a bomb, guys. If you like spicy leathers, this is the way to go. And of course, in the heart, you're gonna get some floral components, some resins in the base. At the dry down, what I particularly love about this fragrance, I love the whole fragrance journey from the beginning to end, the whole transition. But along with that leather, that spicy leather, the resinous, you know, all those spices that we talked about, the base, you have this absolutely gorgeous trifecta of sandalwood, patchouli, and vanilla, guys. This is an absolute stunner fragrance. This is one that you don't need more than 2 sprays. It's gonna last the whole night or the whole day, whether you wear this for the daytime, for dressier occasions. I would say temperature control environment for this one, guys. Don't wear this out in the sun. It is a very opulent, very dark, and very strong, potent juice right here. You want to be in controlled environments just like I am right now with the AC running, or if you're going for a location that is, you know, during the fall and the winter time. But needless to say, this is going to be class and sophistication and elegance personified in the bottle. Ignacio Figueras, Jaipur. Last but not least, I have what I like to say a masterpiece from a master perfumer. Of course, the nose behind this was in my top 5 favorite noses in the game. His name is Bertrand Duchaufour. I'm sure you've heard of him. And if you do a little research on fragranticoperfumer.net, you're gonna see how good and amazing portfolio this guy has. And this particular fragrance here from AMOUAGE, my favorite house from the Middle East, from the Omani region, this is going to be Jubilation XXV. Now, jubilation means, you know, the feeling of happiness and triumph. And that's exactly how you're gonna feel when you rock this juice, guys. It's plummy, it's a little bit smoked, you have frankincense, you have a opoponax, it's resinous, it's opulent, it's regal. It's a regal juice. So whenever I do a classy, elegant, and sophisticated list, this is always there. And I love this so much. I have a vintage bottle, but I also got myself, you know, a recent bottle just to compare and see the difference. And of course, if you get what's available today, it's gonna give you maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours less of a, you know, performance overall on your skin, but it's still gonna last 8+ hours, whilst this one here is gonna give you like, you know, 12+ hours if you can manage to find the bottle with the ivory cap. But needless to say, guys, the juice is absolutely beastly. It's amazing. It's, like I said, plum, blackberries, cedar, vetiver, frankincense, spices. It's got everything I love, you know, and then some. This stuff smells just incredible. In fact, you know what? It's going to be my scent of the day today, guys. Jubilation XXV at the #1 spot, the most elegant, sophisticated, and classy scent that I definitely suggest you guys check it out if you haven't already. So as you know, this is a top niche list. If you guys want to see a top designer list, leave me a like. If this video hits 1,000 likes or more, I'll come back with part 2 with all elegant, classy, and sophisticated designer fragrances. And speaking of niche, I have a special announcement for you guys. ScentXplore 2021 3rd annual is on, guys. Save the date, December 4, 2021, an all-day event. More details to come. I have a lot of special things for you guys and some incredible announcements that you guys are gonna love to know about. So stick around, stay tuned. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, if you're not part of the Empowerment of Scents Facebook group, don't miss out, guys. A lot of stuff coming up, giveaways, announcements. You're gonna love it. As always, remember, guys, fragrance is emotion, emotion. And of course, guys, listen, I keep you in the know. If you guys appreciate that, show me your support, leave me a like, subscribe for more, and of course, hit the little bell for more, because, you know, I'm here every week for you guys. As always, as I was saying, remember, fragrance is emotion, emotion. It's an extension of your character, so choose your fragrances wisely and wear them well. See you right back here again real soon with another video. Take care.